I'm Stacy Gordon. Welcome to That's My Jam. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make quick and easy meatballs. With that being said, this probably won't be the last video I'll ever make about meatballs. Reason being, I make them all sorts of different ways. The way that I make them is typically determined by two factors: what I have on hand at the moment and what I'm going to be using them for. So today I'm going to show you my quick and easy meatball recipe. Let's get started. One of the keys to really good meatballs is using more than one type of meat. In some of my meatball recipes, I include veal, but today I'm just going with my quick recipe. So I'm going to be using a pound of ground beef, a pound of sweet Italian sausage, and a pound of ground chicken. I like to bake my meatballs, and today I'm going to be using a large cast iron skillet. I'm going to go ahead and coat that skillet with some olive oil. You already know we're going to need a big old bowl. I'll add my chicken, my ground beef, and my sweet Italian sausage. Next, you can use about half of a finely diced onion, or you can just add some onion powder. That's what I'm going to do today. Next, I'll add 2 eggs, a little bit of salt and pepper. Next, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. I'm starting out with 1/2 cup Italian breadcrumbs. Remember, you can always add more, but you can't take it back. Go ahead and keep the lid off this and keep it handy just in case you have to add a little bit more. My final ingredient is a few shakes of Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to be removing my jewelry and giving my hands a really thorough wash. Now we're just going to get our hands in there and start mixing all of this up. To me, this mixture feels a tiny bit tacky, so I'm going to add just a little more breadcrumbs and go at it again. You don't want to dry out your meatballs, but you don't want them to be too wet either. This consistency looks right to me. Now I'm going to start forming my meatballs. I like to make mine about the size of a golf ball. Once the meatball is formed, I'll lay it in my cast iron skillet. 3 pounds of meatballs are not going to fit in that one skillet, so I've added a second skillet. If you don't want to make these in cast iron, you can use a cookie sheet. So now these are ready to go in my oven. I'll leave them in there for 12 to 14 minutes. If you're enjoying today's video, now's the perfect time to go tap the like button. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. You might be thinking, 3 pounds of meatballs, how in the world am I ever going to eat that much? You can freeze these after they're cooked. Get them in a nice airtight Ziploc freezer bag. Stick them in the freezer for 2 months or so. After about 12 to 15 minutes, we're going to pull these beauties out of the oven. Now, here's the thing. These meatballs are cooked through. If there's any pink at all in there, it's very minimal. But the thing is, once you put this in your pasta sauce, it's going to continue to cook. And you don't want to overcook your meatballs. So you want to take them out of the oven when they're just cooked through. I'm going to be using mine today to make a pizza, so once again, they're going to be going back into the oven. Might as well give this one a try. Juicy, flavorful, perfect. These simple meatballs are delicious in lots of different recipes. You can serve them with spaghetti, obviously. You can make a meatball hoagie. But you'll want to stay tuned for my next video because I'm going to be using these to make a meatball pizza. It is so good and you're not going to want to miss that one. In the meantime, turn off the TV, turn on some music, and just keep jamming.